What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to WrestleMania 21 on the original Xbox, taking out Evolution one by one. Batista was put down like the animal he is, and Ric Flair was shown some hard times. And so, logically, next up is the Viper.
Hunter, seriously, where are you? It's Survivor Series, and I've got the Intercontinental title defense of my life. It's a ladder match. My challenger is undefeated, and I need some Evolution support. No, I know it's just you and me now, but that still means we gotta back each other up, right? Okay, we'll just try to get here before my match, all right? Oh, and there's something else. I'm afraid that I'm losing my sex appeal. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Tiny little flip phone in 05. That's funny. And so I welcome you to Friday the 13th. The doom and gloom continues. The sparklers fall. Everything is on fire. And I'm still here in front of a green screen because I don't leave the house. And that has worked out for me fantastically for what I do here on the show. But today going to be a little bit shorter than the usual episodes because I have to stream some 2K20 here at lunchtime. I filmed this video before that, so you know that all works out in that fashion. It's a little bit not the best, but is what it is. But I have a number of things to discuss here today in terms of, man, everything is just getting shut the hell down. But I did watch the it was a meeting, it was a board meeting in the area that's going to be hosting WrestleMania, Hillsborough, which has Tampa in it, etc., etc. And I watched that, and they are not making a decision on the possibility of running WrestleMania until next Thursday, 1:30 p.m. So they're leaving in the ball of WWE, and we know that WWE has a habit of wanting the show to go on. When Owen Hart died, the show went on. When Benoit had his whole thing, the show went on with a tribute the next night, which was not in good taste, as we found out much, much later. And when we had 9/11, they were the first major gathering after that. But a pandemic is a little bit different than all those things for a wrestling show. So I know that WWE and Vince McMahon in particular are not going to want to cancel this thing in any real way, and they'll wait for the city of Tampa or the state of Florida to say, you know what, you can't have this. They will put that on them and not on themselves. But in terms of other Vince McMahon ventures happening right now, the XFL is shut the F down. So they couldn't even finish their second season in their big comeback, which I've heard was a lot better than their first season back in like 01. So whether or not we see XFL next year, maybe it was doing better. But just unfortunate, just snake-bitten, as it were, form of events there was not great. But Randy, I know we're in a ladder match here, Randy, for that IC title. Randall, let's handle this business and hit you with every move in the book and then get the ladder for Randy. So yes, as of right now, Mania is still happening, but we're going to have another week here of, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? We don't know until they make a choice or a decision in the coming week or on Thursday of next week. Now, we do know that SmackDown for tonight is not happening in Detroit, as was rumored yesterday. In fact, it will be in the same spot they had NXT in this past Wednesday, which was the Performance Center, right? And essential personnel only, which to me says it's only going to be people who actually are employees, and there's not going to be any actual regular audience like there was for NXT. And that is very, very interesting, because that is the best way to get the exact reactions you want from your audience when they're all under your employment. So plenty of cheers for Roman Reigns, etc., etc. Like, the cheers and the boos are going to happen as they should happen, or as Vince wants them to happen on SmackDown tonight. Now, what does that mean for Raw in Pittsburgh on Monday? That part we don't know yet. We have not heard. So far, Pittsburgh is still saying, hey, Raw is still happening here on Monday, and this whole situation is just kind of evolving day by day, so perhaps they aren't ready to make that call just yet. But here is your winner and new Intercontinental Champion, Attack Slug. Now, what belt did I win from Christian? Was it the European belt? I don't know. But now I'm 2 for 2 for 2 on those ladder match with a title on the ladder. Actually, 3 for 3 because I won those tag titles in a TLC match. So, you know, there was that. And all that remains is the game.
Well, there he is, the new Intercontinental Champion as of Sunday's Survivor Series.
He's got the gold, he's got the girls, he's got everything going his way, JR.
It is my pleasure to present your new Intercontinental Champion.
That belt floating is some real 2K nonsense. Oh man, that is really bad. Wow. Wow. I'm magic. Magic belt that just...
So,
that's hilarious.
with Randy Orton out of the way, there's really no need to keep Lita around, is there?
Uh-oh.
I mean, we've had our fun.
Uh-oh.
A lot of fun. But that's over now, Lita. Bye-bye.
That poor girl.
That Jezebel.
Uh-oh.
Time to break the walls down.
Jerky. You just sent a girl out of the ring in tears. But talk is cheap. Just like Trish. So how about a title match right now, champ?
Bring it on.
Don't book matches for me, Trish. What are you doing? That's not cool. Okay, so speaking of AEW, we have the fact that much like WWE, they have their own building in Jacksonville, right next to the Jaguars Stadium. They had a show there on New Year's this year. And that is going to be the home of Dynamite for at least the next 2 weeks. So Rochester, you're out. Prudential Center, you're out. Blood and Guts, not happening. Those shows postponed to July, I believe. So yes, AEW in Jacksonville the next 2 weeks, and even St. Louis on April the 8th is not happening. So, you know, just letting you guys know what's going on with that and all of the cancellations and changes and whatever else is happening. Like, it's wild out there right now. Disneyland in California is shutting down for the 4th time in its history. They never shut down. Now, Disney World in Florida is still open. As I record this, it is still open for business. So, whether or not that changes the next day or so, it could. It could. But that is what's going on at the moment. Everything is, like, on fire. And both WWE and AEW are lucky they have their own buildings that they can run regardless of whatever else happens in the world. They own those buildings and they can run whatever they want there as often as they need to while this whole thing plays out, hopefully sooner than later, and things calm down and this mass hysteria is, you know, chilled out a little bit. Had this country, where I'm from, in the U.S., had they been a bit more prepared in, like, you know, late January, this wouldn't have gotten so bad. But we're run by complete morons, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. When the morons are in charge, they don't think it's real or it's a hoax or whatever, and this is how you end up with people just panicking and nonsense and no TP for your bunghole. Okay, anyhow. One thing I have heard, though, outside of, you know, all this mass hysteria, is that Gronkowski, the Gronkinator, is expected to work a couple of matches, and the first of which being SummerSlam. And SummerSlam is in Boston. Imagine that. So that all tracks. But can he be ring ready by SummerSlam? Will SummerSlam happen? Is another question. But again, things are a bit weird. And Trish with the Fujiwara armbar from Trish Stratus, giving Jericho some true satisfaction, if you will. Sweetness. Like, honestly, Trish, I kind of don't need your help to beat Chris Jericho. I just whooped Randy Orton real bad So Jericho is not really in my top tier of concerns with Le Champion. I'm just saying, it's kind of alright. I think I'll manage against Jericho and his Jerichoholics, if you will. Didn't even need to hit the spinning slug buster on Chris here. Just hit that big old drop kick and a stomp to the ankle, and then I pinned him, and that was it. It was over. It was over. I don't want to see him ever again. Now, as a side effect of everyone panicking and saying, I'm just going to stay home, Xbox Live was having issues last night because they were overloaded with more capacity than they had expected for that whole thing. That was kind of funny.
Bischoff, you scumbag, you jackass, you ass clown. I'm sick of your little schemes. The thing with Lita was the last straw. Stop it, or I'm gonna stop you.
Chris, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
We've never liked each other.
No.
But I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to give you another title opportunity. No disqualification this time. That's how much confidence I have in the Intercontinental Champion. But after you lose, I'm going to tell the champ to put you in the walls of Jericho and snap your back like a twig. And he'll do it, because he'll do anything I tell him to do.
Really? I will. That's news to me, Eazy-E. That is news to me. So at what point does Bischoff turn on me, or vice versa? And I would imagine that both Trish and Lita interfere in this match, is my wrestling assumption, having watched a lot of wrestling and such. But here I am with that's kind of a blue strap on the belt. It's not like, I don't know, it's just the game's being weird, but it kind of feels like a blue outline a little bit on the title. I could be crazy, seeing things. Again, this is an old Xbox playing an old game, and things are weirdly shiny and shimmery in a way, but there's a little bit of a blue there, hue to it. Accent, not totally blue, but whatever. Moving on. Chris Jericho, once again, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, taking on the Slugmaster. So here we go. Jericho, I just whooped you, and now it's no DQ, so why would I not just do it again? But now, with tables, chairs, and whatever else I need to get the job done with. So yes, things otherwise for this show, this channel, are on schedule. We have this live stream, which you've already seen most likely happening, with the last DLC for 2K20, because that is out today. And here comes Trish. Uppercut. And then tomorrow is Pixels, which is Backyard Wrestling 1 on the Xbox. And Sunday, I'm not sure yet. I'm honestly not entirely sure what's happening on Sunday yet. I'm working on this very large spreadsheet of things and stuff. Can I get a chair? Is there a chair? It's no DQ. Yeah, there we go. Give me that. What is that, a baseball bat? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Jericho, get back in here. Stop giving the insecurity to Trish Stratus. Get back in the ring. It's no DQ, but there are countouts. That doesn't make any sense. It's no DQ. How do you get disqualified for being counted out? That's dumb. That's real dumb. Jericho, you want to not get counted out at a 7? There you go. Back in the ring and meet Mr. Bat. Aw, he broke the count. Trish, don't get hit with the bat. Trish! I don't want to hit you with the bat. I'm trying to face the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. There we go. Now again, you asked for this, Jericho. You wanted this. So what did you think was going to happen besides me winning a match again? Because that's what I do. Oh, reversed. I don't care what list you put me on. That is the eventual thing that's going to happen, Mr. Jericho. Just saying. Also, I keep rolling. And why, if it's no DQ, is nobody interfering on behalf of Chris Jericho? That part is confusing to me. Let's pin on a German suplex. Why not? 3. I don't know what argument you had there, Chris Jericho. What did you expect was going to happen? Because it was going to be that every freaking time. Man, Orton posed, took his belt, took his pose. I took everything from the Viper, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator. That's right. Attack Slug in the the building once again. Oh, busted open. Chris, what are you doing? And still, your Intercontinental Champion. But that's the end of today's video. I'll see you back here next time for this video series on Monday, is the plan. See you then, see you here, see you next time, and I'm out.